Good morning. This is Father Stephen Kelly from St. John's Church in Detroit. We're continuing our series of daily morning meditations, where we generally look at one or another lessons that are assigned for morning or evening prayer, what is known as the daily office lectionary. And today is the Feast of the Epiphany. We've ended our celebration of Christmas. Christmas is the 12 days of Christmas, beginning on December 25th and ending yesterday. Today, day 13, is a new church season called Epiphany Tide, or the days following the Feast of the Epiphany. And the length of Epiphany Tide will vary based on when Easter falls. And Easter is set by a lunar calendar, so it does change around from year to year. So this year we will have 4 Sundays of Epiphany before we get into the pre-Lenten season of the Gesimas. Today's Friday, and we don't usually have public worship at St. John's on Friday, but because it is a major feast day, we will have a 12:15 Holy Communion service today here at St. John's Church to celebrate the feast. Now, at that service, you will hear the reading that defines the Feast of the Epiphany, which is the coming of the Magi, or the wise men, who come and worship Jesus. But I'm going to read to you the lesson for morning prayer from the book of the prophet Isaiah, because we know Jesus' life is a fulfillment of the prophecies in the Old Testament. Here's one of them. Isaiah chapter 60, beginning at verse 1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. And the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and kings to the brightness of thy rising. Lift up thine eyes round about and see. All they gather themselves together, they come to thee. Thy son shall come from far, and thy daughter shall be nursed at thy side. Then thou shalt see and flow together, and thine heart shall fear and be enlarged, because the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee, and the forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee. The multitude of camels shall cover thee, the dromedaries of Midian and Ephah. All they from Sheba shall come. They shall bring gold and incense, and they shall show forth the praises of the Lord. All the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together unto thee. The rams of Nabaioth shall minister unto thee. They shall come up with acceptance on mine altar, and I will glorify the house of my glory. Who are these that fly as a cloud, and as the doves to their windows? Surely the isles shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far, their gold and their silver with them, unto the name of the Lord thy God, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee. So you can see all sorts of predictions of the coming of kings of the Gentiles. Now remember, this feast day is called the Feast of the Epiphany, but it is also known as the manifestation of Jesus Christ to the Gentiles. And we'll talk a little bit about this in the sermon today, and actually probably get a mention on Sunday too. But the idea is that the shepherds themselves represent the people of Israel. They're the ones who have come first to worship Jesus. They get the message from the angel, and they are first to come and worship. They represent the people of the original covenant. But the Magi, the wise men, they are not Jews. They're Gentiles. They are those who are outside of the original covenant. They too come and worship the one who they have seen in the portent of a star they believe is a great king. And because of this, it becomes for us the stepping stone for us to think about, not only is Jesus Christ come and born into the world for the sake of the Jews, and primarily for the sake of the Jews to fulfill that promise, but also, as we hear predicted through the prophets and we see through the teaching and life of Jesus Christ and his church, that he is also made manifest to the Gentiles as well, those outside of the original covenant. And thanks be to God for that, because I think most of us listening today are probably not of Jewish origin by blood relation, but rather being Gentiles. This is all good news for us, that we too are included with into this relationship with God through Jesus Christ. So I said, today's Friday, and we will have Holy Communion today at 12:15. I hope you can join us in church. May God bless you.